This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions. I just wanted to let you know before we start the podcast that I am doing an online podcast course, how to be able to create, get your guests, scale it and monetize it. So please do go to abmpodcastcourse.co.uk and go into the contact us bit. I'm looking for new people to be able to be a podcast creator and really to be able to develop their skills and knowledge into a podcast. So as I said, go to abmpodcastcourse.co.uk and sign up. Thanks.
Hi, this is Mark Haber from the Absolute Business Mindset podcast and YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about wealth, money, being rich. And what I think, I've been reading a couple of books recently, and the main reason why I think people get rich is because they have assets. And they have money generated from those assets. So I was talking to a podcast guest as well relatively recently about personal finance, and he again emphasised the importance of assets. And the asset could be property, could be a course, it could be shares, it could be to an element ISAs and savings, but what you need is, it could be a business, it could be multiple businesses. What you need to do is you need to increase your asset column. You need to be able to have things that are going to ideally generate you money while you sleep. Now sometimes these things don't, or you need to actively add to it. So for example, my podcast course, I have done a couple of podcast courses now and they've been successful. I have had some great feedback and I've really enjoyed doing them. And in a sense, it's an asset which I am sharing with people and generating income on that. But the next step to be able to have an asset generate money while you sleep is recording that podcast course, breaking it down into hour sessions, and then sending pre-recorded courses over email or wherever you're sharing your information with clients. That is the big winner, because you don't have to even turn up to the podcast course. You've already got it there, you've already got it available. People can download it or share it or have it shared with them. And that is a really, really powerful way of being able to turn an asset, which a podcast course is, into an asset making money while you sleep. So property is another one. Property is an asset. You own the property, or you have a buy-to-let mortgage, and you generate income from having those tenants in. And again, I use letting agents. I really rarely have to do anything in the house, almost never. And so you have that as an asset which is making you money all the time. So please, guys, think about building up your assets. It might be starting your own business. It might be, if you then start your own business and you're working really, really hard, it is an asset. But then you automate things, you create processes, and that then makes it. You can take yourself out of that business and still generate the income. But you've got the processes available and the automation available for you to be able to not have to work every day on that business. So guys, always think about building assets, always think about wealth creation. And the important thing that I've heard recently on a couple of personal finance books is creating money is hard, but it's doable. Keeping the money is important. And maybe I'll talk about in another podcast how to keep money once you've generated it. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you again for all the downloads, all the subscriptions, all the listens. I really do appreciate your support, and hopefully we can continue on this journey. Thank you very much for your time. Cheers. I'll speak to you soon.